Good evening. Welcome to the FernCare Free Clinic Annual Dinner. My name is Rudy Serra, and I'm the president of the board of directors at FernCare. Our mission is to provide free medical care to people anywhere in Michigan who don't have insurance. I think that makes FernCare an important resource, not just locally, but in our entire region to improve the quality of life and the standard of living for everyone in our community. We've been audited, and Doran Mayhew tells us that 91% of the money that we raise goes direct into patient medical care. So you're the key to our success. FernCare has grown tremendously over the past decade, and now we face a special situation, a pandemic we've never faced before. I really wish I could be with you and shake your hands and greet everyone in person tonight, but I want you to know how grateful I am that you're with us, and I hope that you enjoy this event as much as we've enjoyed putting it together for you. Our MCs tonight are two very good friends of mine that I've known for many years. Our former state rep and new county treasurer, Robert Wittenberg, and our state senator, Jeremy Moss. These two guys have been with us before. I'm sure that they're going to keep us entertained all night long. Thank you once again for supporting the FernCare Free Medical Clinic. Have a great evening.
All right, welcome everybody. We're here for the 12th Annual FernCare Dinner. It looks a little different this year because you're watching it at home. Yeah, that's right. We appreciate all of your support of FernCare over the years. Usually we'd be at a sit-down dinner, enjoying a meal with one another, but in this odd time that we're living in, we hope you are enjoying your dinner at home in your Zoom attire, as Robert and I have decided to join you in our Zoom attire as well for this evening. We dressed accordingly. Hopefully it's presentable. Hopefully you're wearing something comfortable. We're not judging you, and we can't see you except for that one guy. Oh. You got a little food on your hair. You want to get that off of there. But this is going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be a good evening. We're live here. You're going to see we're joined by some other people here. We're filming it live in the Pleasant Ridge Community Center. That's right. And so we're also going to have some things that are live via Zoom. And then we're also going to have some things that you saw, Sarah spoke, there's some things that have already been taped. So it's going to be a really fun evening. And we're glad that you're joining us, and we're hoping that you're enjoying your meal. I know there's a lot of restaurants we want to thank. Yeah, you know, it's an incredible way to have a sit-down dinner via Zoom by our incredible partners of our restaurants around the area. That FernCare really cares about not just the health care of our community members, but the vitality of our small businesses around the area, and they have partnered with several restaurants to ensure that you have a warm meal while you watch this sit-down Zoom dinner fundraiser. So we want to acknowledge the wonderful service that's been provided around the area to the folks at the Emery, Jay's Penalty Box, House Bayou, Joe Barr, and K Hong. You're the best. We appreciate your service. We appreciate what you're doing to keep running during this pandemic, and we hope you at home watching this are enjoying your meal as you're watching the program tonight. And don't worry, because we also ordered food from there, but we will enjoy it after the show. We have it just sitting there waiting. So I'm actually really excited. So that's why we might try to push through this evening, because I'm going to get to enjoy it. But also right now, we know there's the silent auction that is live right now. So on your screen, probably right below you're on YouTube, you can see it. There's a link, and there's a lot of great things. There's a tiara I think I saw over there. There's a cutting board. There are a lot of really cool things, and maybe we'll showcase some of them throughout the evening. But it's just really going to be an exciting night. And so there are a lot of people that we're going to thank throughout the evening, but just know that more than anything, we thank you for being here, for supporting FernCare, for donating your time, your money, for being here with all of us. It really is, as we know, this is a really troubling, this is a tough time for a lot of people, but they've kept their doors open and they've been helping people. So that's what you're helping tonight by being a part of this evening. And the fact that you could be doing anything right now from home, but you've decided that in this trying time, you're going to support FernCare and make sure that things are up and running and servicing our community is really an incredible, significant acknowledgement of our great supporters. And so we want to thank you for tuning in to this event. So we can kick it off to our first part of the program here.
We're going to move along. We have a musical performance. We have a flautist who is going to be having some music. She's going to play for us here. I want to make sure I get her name right. It doesn't seem like an easy name, but we really appreciate her. It's Dr. Chelsea Kozatek. Give it up for Dr. Chelsea Kozatek.
All right, enjoy.
Good evening. Greetings from the state just to your south. Hey, Ann Heller, do you remember when I said that I wanted to retire and move to Ohio and get a farm and live there? And you said, don't do it, Craig. Well, Ann Heller, you were right. Help me, Ann Heller. I'm living in a Republican township in a very conservative county in a red state. The nearest gay bar is 25 miles away. Send help, Ann. Please send help. Seriously, though, I want to share this with the folks and with Ann Heller. Ann Heller was leading the gay rights movement in the 1970s when that was still a pretty scary time to do that. Ann Heller moved to Ferndale way before it was cool to live in Ferndale. Ann Heller was working with the police departments doing all kinds of sensitivity trainings and reform work way before Black Lives Matter started. And Ann Heller was fighting for healthcare way before we had Obamacare. Ann Heller, you are a goddess. So enjoy your retirement. I love you, Ann Heller.
I hope we stay in touch. I miss our discussions, our political discussions in the morning. I miss our endless discussions about books we've both read. And as I say, I hope we get to see each other in the future.
More than once during my service on the FernCare Free Clinic Board, I thought, you know, we should change the name of this to the Ann Heller Free Clinic, or at least change the name of the building to the Ann Heller Building. Ann Heller was a pioneer. She was the first person to direct FernCare, to manage us and to get us on the path to growth that has caused us to blossom into what you see 10 years later. A free clinic that has a stable place to be, that's operating on a regular basis, and that's serving more and more people every year. I am really happy with our new executive director, Dan Martin. And I'm especially happy that Dan and Ann knew each other and know each other and were able to work together and work synergistically off one another to create us into what we are now. They're both here at the dinner tonight, and it's our opportunity to say thank you. Thank you, Ann, for everything that you did to improve Ferndale and to improve the entire state of Michigan.
All right, we're back. And we want to first acknowledge our incredible sponsors for this event who have stepped up to ensure that the fundraising is keeping on pace, to keep the doors open, to keep the services running. So we want to acknowledge the people who have made this event possible and have continued the programming that people depend upon. So, go ahead.
Yeah, we have a list that we're going to go through here, and we're so thankful to everyone that's on this list, starting with Annette and Jack Aronson,
Kate Baker and Jeff Blumenthal,
the City of Ferndale,
Sharon and David Chess,
Level 1 Bank,
the incomparable Ann Heller,
everyone loves Ann, UAW Region 1,
Mayor Melanie and Jim Piana,
Congressman Andy Levin, Galloway and Collins, and Whitty Law Center.
our County Commissioner, Helene Zapp,
Royal Services, Charles Reddy, Barbara Winter, the incomparable, Frank O'Donnell and Helen Weber, Sean Drake, MSU College of Human Medicine, Joanna and Ned Beatty, Sarah Services, PLLC, Marsha Ruff, and Tom Wilkinson.
Many of our local elected officials have stepped up to support this organization in this event, including City Councilman Greg Pollica, County Commissioner Marsha Gershenson, the Southeast Oakland Democratic Club, Carol Tippin, our County Executive Dave Coulter, our incoming State Representative Regina Weiss, and our former State Representative and now School Board member, State School Board member Ellen Kogan-Lipton, and our State Representative Robert Wittenberg,
And our State Senator Jeremy Moss.
and of course, I'll give you applause. And of course, our anonymous donors who keep the functionings running. We appreciate you as well. You know who you are, because we don't know who you are.
But thank you all. We really couldn't do this without you. But like we were saying earlier, that FernCare has kept their doors open, and they actually were, I think, the only group that was accepting patients during COVID for free care, which is tremendous. And so now we're going to watch a little video of what FernCare has been doing during coronavirus. So take a look.
I'm the clinic manager, and I happen to keep this operation running for FernCare with all volunteers. What a wonderful, wonderful organization. Everyone that comes in, from our doctors to our nurses to our pharmacists to the insurance person, we're all volunteers here at FernCare. And we're so honored to have these services for people who are underinsured or have no insurance at all. So it's a wonderful place to come and get services. If you have none, this is a place to start. We so look forward to seeing you. And we have patients who come in from all around the state, not just here, but we have people who come in from the UP as well as here in the Southeast Michigan. So proud to be a part of this wonderful organization.
Welcome to FernCare. We're a nonprofit, self-funded, free clinic. Our mission? To enhance lives and champion thriving communities by providing advocacy and no-cost health services for medically uninsured people. It is said it takes a hero to admit that they need help, and it takes heroes like you to help us give them the care they need, because FernCare is entirely self-funded. Through the help of donors, sponsors, and people who care, our clinic is able to provide primary care, lab tests, generic medications, counseling, nutritional counseling, life coaching services, and more, all for free. This year, due to COVID-19, things look a little different, but nothing can stop us from providing free care to Michigan's uninsured. What might you see on a visit? Let's take a look.
Good morning. Welcome to FernCare. We got a couple of things we need to take care of before we can send you back. Do you mind if I give you some hand sanitizer? And then we'll take your temperature. Great, 97.6. Now, have you had any COVID symptoms, or have you been around anybody who's experienced any symptoms?
No, I have not.
All right, great. And then we ask that all our patients put on fresh masks. So I've got a fresh mask for you. If you can just fill out this brief questionnaire, have a seat right over there, and I'll be right with you.
All right, thank you.
Hello, welcome to FernCare. How are you?
Oh, I'm okay, thank you. I just wanted to make sure to let you know I don't have any insurance.
Okay, that's perfect, because that's what we are here for. We serve adult population that don't have medical insurance, but still have chronic conditions that need to be maintained. So that is exactly why we're here for you. And we do have insurance counselors, though, to make sure that there's not something available. Our goal is, if you get medical insurance, of course, you'd want to be insured. And we have people to help you see what's out there available for you as far as programs. They're working safely off site right now due to the COVID, but we'll definitely put you in contact with them so you can see if there's something out there for you to take advantage of as far as insurance programs.
And as far as coming in to see the doctor, is it safe because of the COVID? How was the
Yes.
concern?
As you can see, we have some very good protocols that we take in place for the COVID. Everybody here wears a fresh, clean mask, whether they're staff or whether they're patients. We give out hand sanitizer, we check temperatures, and we do a questionnaire of staff and patients coming in. And we have the waiting areas spaced out appropriately so nobody's sitting on top of each other. So we have you spaced apart for social distancing.
Perfect, thank you. I feel much better. There you go.
All right, we're going to go ahead. We're going to get you checked in right quick. And I see you've answered no to everything, so you haven't had any conditions or any symptoms or anything.
No.
Okay. All right, we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to get you turned over to the staff, and they'll be with you as quickly as possible.
Thank you.
Thank you.
May? All right, you can come on back. May, what brings you in today?
I'm feeling a little lightheaded, so I was worried that my blood pressure was off.
Okay, well, let's check that out right now. Okay. I'm gonna take your blood pressure. Thank you. You can relax. Okay, your blood pressure is slightly elevated, so I'm gonna go ahead and let the doctor know, and they'll be in shortly, okay?
Thank you.
It's good to see you.
You too. I'm so glad we have the ability to have the FernCare clinic. I don't know what I would do without it. Insurance-wise, I fall right in the middle. I make too much to qualify for assistance and not enough to go ahead and pay a health care note. I've been able to come here and always gotten service. The doctors, the nurses, the attendants are just wonderful.
The doctor will be with you shortly. Hey Pamela, the patient in 4 is complaining of dizziness and she has an elevated blood pressure today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, how are you?
Hanging in there.
Good. All right. Well, looks like we are here today, and we're gonna look at some things related to your blood pressure.
Yes.
All right. And are you still currently taking your medication?
Yes.
Okay. Any side effects at this point?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get started here, if you will. All right. So I see that you came in a couple of months ago for a refill. And since there are no side effects, we're just going to continue with the same treatment that we started 3 months ago. So we'll go from there. And I was wondering if you had a blood pressure cuff.
Yes.
Okay, great, great, great. I'm going to have a case manager who's going to get in touch with you, and we'll start that process of her just periodically calling you about the blood pressure. And let's just see where you are and talk about some other things that will support you in getting your blood pressure to a range that's, pretty much standard that we're looking for here in the clinic.
Okay.
Okay? Well, all right. Thank you. We'll get started.
I've got to pick up medication.
Well, hi, Ms. May, how are you?
Doing
How you
good.
been?
Hanging in there.
Okay,
Hanging in there. Good
so-
to see you.
We re-upped you on the prescription that you're already on for your high blood pressure, right? Now, you doing okay on that?
Yes.
No
I'm doing
cough,
okay.
no?
Nope.
Okay, good.
No side effects so far.
Then we double checked, because I know you had some new prescriptions last time. Made sure that everything gets along well, they all play well together. Okay, so not a problem. Now,
Do I owe you anything for my prescription?
no, all the prescriptions here are free. Tell me if you need anything about your prescription.
Okay, I will.
See you
Thank
later.
you so much.
Bye-bye.
I feel so much better.
It's great to see you, Miss May.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Take care of yourself.
Thank you. The doctor needs me to make a virtual appointment for 60 days.
Okay. We have something for you right at the end of January. And as you know, our telehealth offering helps you see our providers from your home virtually, safely and securely. I'm going to give you a little reminder slip here.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Oh, thank you. You as well.
Thank you. At the door for you.
Thank you.
And what you've just seen is a portrayal of what a typical visit to FernCare could be. The truth of the matter is there's no such thing as a typical visit to FernCare. Everybody who comes here comes with their own needs, their own challenges, and we try to rise up and meet them no matter what. Not everyone comes to FernCare because they necessarily want to, but by and far, everyone leaves glad they actually did reach out to us and come, because we take and accept everyone. That's part of our message, that's part of our mission, and our volunteers and our staff live into that passionately. Really, what's happened here in the last few months during COVID is remarkable, and we've been able to pivot and provide really continuous, top-notch care to folks who candidly have no other choice or have been turned away elsewhere. So this is where we're all part of this together. Not everybody gets to be a doctor, but everybody can be part of the healing process. You are part of this just as much as we are. And as donors, as supporters and sponsors and partners with us on this journey, It's critically important that you continue to walk with us, and we're forever grateful for that. So in the future, please keep FernCare in your giving plans, and remember us, just as we'll keep reaching out and connecting with you. I thank you for your time today, and enjoy.
Oh, hey there.
Did we mention there's a silent option? With very diverse options for you to bid on, including this wonderful fur coat.
And this tiara, which, what do you think? Can I pull it off?
I do not think you can pull it off.
Well, that's why someone else can bid on it and take it
Absolutely.
home, because I probably can't take this home.
But I think I'm working this fur coat really nicely.
I would say you are, actually. You look really good.
It's really perfect.
I think you should probably wear this to Lansing, right?
I think so.
That's what we would wear on the house floor. Instead of a sport coat, they'll just wear a fur coat.
Makes
right?
a statement, but I'm not going to, so you can bid on.
So we also have a cutting board, which is just beautiful. I mean, this thing is solid. There are a lot of items on there to take a look at. And I know this one.
Including some home crafted knives, individually made by one of our board members, Randy.
I'll be careful opening this here, but
Wow.
this thing,
I feel like we're starting a West Side Story kind of thing going on. So in any event, it's right, odd West Side Story. So you can bid on these wonderful donated items at the link below on the page you're on right now. We also want to thank the Ferndale Chamber of Commerce for coming through with their sponsorship of this event as well. It means a lot to us.
and that's how you know we're live, is that we neglected to mention them earlier, so we apologize, and they let us know. So anyone else, if you have something, you have suggestions for us, we can do whatever you want up here, right? We have some time left. We take recommendations, so just know that. But we have a few other people that we need to acknowledge.
We want to talk especially about the fantastic board of directors of FernCare. And we want to list them off and acknowledge their hard work and everything they've had to do to work diligently, creatively during this pandemic to keep things running, including board president Rudy Serra, our vice president Barbara Winter, secretary Christy Lee, treasurer Cheryl Stubelfield, Randy Caballero, Melinda Couples, Arnita Guttert, and Dennis Whitey.
We also have the dinner committee that we want to thank that put this whole thing on, and we really obviously couldn't have been done without them. We obviously had nothing to do with it. We didn't prepare. We just got here, right? You can tell by what I'm saying here.
They provided us dinner.
They did, exactly. So, and you at home, they provided your dinner. So Kate Baker, Linda Baker, Sharon Chess, Lynn Cottrell, Iranita Getterts, Michelle Press, Dan Martin, I think is how you say his last name. You might get to see him a little bit later. Cindy Wilcock, and of course, the incomparable Barbara Winter.
That's right.
So we got all of them. And then we have another introduction that we have to make here. So you want to?
Yeah, absolutely. We want to introduce two people who keep things up and running, who make sure that everything is going smoothly throughout the year in normal times and in these abnormal times. So I certainly want to introduce, fresh off of having been mayor of Ferndale, has now taken the reins as our executive director for FernCare, Dan Martin, and
of course, the incomparable Ann Howard, which we've heard a lot about this evening. And she is phenomenal. I'm sure everyone watching knows Ann, so he really needs no introduction. But they're actually going to acknowledge the volunteers of the year. So let's throw it over to them.
all right.
Hi, good evening. I'm Dan, and thank you for being with us tonight. It really means a lot. I found one of the privileges about being executive director of FernCare is you really get a front row view to see the incredible work, the incredible passion and commitment of our volunteers. And tonight, Ann and I want to take the opportunity to recognize two very specific, very special people this year that have really contributed a great deal to our mission. This year, we're actually going to nominate and recognize two people. So we'll start with having Ann introduce our first volunteer of the year.
I'm so wonderful, Barbara. acting vice president of the board of directors, but that's only one of the long list of contributions that Barr has brought FernCare this year. She is a volunteer, non-profit, remote, and when you think of our extraordinary base of volunteers, that's saying something. Okay, Barbara is a senior analyst for the Oakland County Board of Commissioners. She works as an executive director for state representatives Charlie Wittenberg, and Ellen Lipton is an elected member of the Hazel Park District Library Board. She holds 2 master's degrees, public policy and political science. In addition to FernCare, she volunteers for Hazel Park Holiday Mass. Barbara immigrated to the United States from the Czech Republic in 2000, lives in Hazel Park with her husband and their critters, of dog 40 and cat Simon. Barb also, this is a piece of trivia for you, Barb is also an avid doctor. Yes, Barb is co-chair of our fundraising committee. When COVID forced us to delay or cancel most of our fundraising events this year, Barb immediately saw the need for strong alternative fundraising strategies and actively promoted them by creating, supporting, and contributing to numerous online fundraising opportunities. She also volunteered countless hours to the summer sale this August and has been a tireless fundraiser for this first season. If you're an elected official, you know what I mean when I say, Barbara, make sure you have the opportunity to support FernCare. And I'm happy to say, our approaches for volunteers and passion for providing free benefits. FernCare is a fortunate organization. No occasion.
Thank you so much, Barbara. The second volunteer I have the pleasure of introducing today, and they'll all be recognized. We'll send them their awards in the mail. We want to, keep to the virtual safety of this event today. But is our pharmacy director, Christine Rainey. So Christine is a graduate of Wayne State University. She's a licensed pharmacist. She's attended Harvard School of Business, and she's held a teaching and executive positions throughout the region. Christine is also has her doctorate in healthcare administration. So how in the world did FernCare get hooked up with a volunteer like Christine? Well, to be honest, Christine had the audacity to talk to Ann Heller at a picnic, and Ann saw the need and opportunity and would not let her go. Christine says she loves this project. She's been here from the very beginning. She loves it for many reasons, but also because it resides in her hometown of Ferndale. Christine has been involved in planning the pharmacy for FernCare from the get-go, and along with Gene Kavanaugh, some of you may remember, was among the first pharmacists at the first clinic at the Kulik Center. It is not her planning and background that makes Christine's contribution exceptional alone this year. Christine's work was the epitome of pivoting in the face of COVID. Christine was at the heart of all of our discussions and planning for the new clinic protocols around prescriptions. She helped us expand the pills dispensed to 60-day supplies from the 30-day supply we were used to giving, keeping patients from coming in too often for pandemic times. Christine also got us a constant stream of free personal protection equipment and gloves and disinfectants, some of which she had to wheel and deal. And I tell you, my first week on the job, Christine comes to me and says, Dan, I can get us the N95 masks, but we got to take a case of almost expired petroleum jelly. Okay. But that's the wheeling and dealing that Christine gets involved in to get us what we need and keep us supplied. She's also maintained her commitment to teaching, and because of her efforts, FernCare continues to be a teaching center for the Wayne State School of Pharmacy. She took patient consults at all hours, and she put people at ease. And she was the eye of a storm that nobody asked for, and thank God that she was there to do it. It is because of these accomplishments that we want to recognize both Christine and Barbara as our volunteers of the year. So I do also want to mention 2 other volunteers that have chosen to move on and retire from FernCare this year, both of whom have been critical to our operations. The first one is our office manager, Carolyn Barr. And if you have ever walked into our office when Carolyn was there was no one in the world who was going to make you feel more welcome. She was really the grease of the wheels that turned FernCare and made it operate very smoothly, make the office function very smoothly. Honestly, we could not do it without her. And so she's decided it's time for her to retire, so we wish her well, but we will miss her dearly. And secondly, the director of our lab, Sue Lux, is going to retire this year, at the end of the year. Sue's dedication to FernCare has been just phenomenal from the very early stages, and Sue is indeed going to be missed as well. She's mentored people in the lab. She's been totally there for us every step of the way. So again, we wish Sue well, we wish Carolyn well, and their retirements from FernCare. And now it is my privilege to introduce the next musical performance, a very talented trombonist, Mr. Harry Taylor. And with that, we'll turn it over to the music. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Harry Taylor. I play trombone with the Ferndale Community Concert Band and with Ben's Friends Legacy Jazz Orchestra. I'm going to play Blue Monk by Thelonious Monk.
Hi, Ann. I want to thank you for your service and your dedication to FernCare and to your community. Your pursuit for medical care for all became a reality within 2 years of its conception. At your core is a strong sense of social justice and an ability to bring that social justice into the world. Although I've known of you through the community for over 30 years, I really just became to know you in the last 5 years through my volunteer work at FernCare. I want to say it was an honor working with you. and an even greater honor calling you my friend. Love you.
Hi, Ann. How are you? I hope things are well with you. And congratulations. Since I've known you for the past 40 plus years, you've always had a caring for the needs of other people. And that includes your family, your friends, the education of disabled children, healthcare, and of course, housing. You have contributed a vision, dedication, and tenacity that has made FernCare a wonderful healthcare facility. Thank you so much.
I am talking about Ann Heller, who is a force to be reckoned with. I actually looked that up to get an idea exactly what it meant, and it's written for her. Someone who uses their power to get what they want done. And her power is just her goodwill, her way to get you to see the right thing to do and how to do it, and to work with her to do it. It's been marvelous working with her. So I really have enjoyed every second of it.
All right, well, there's nothing like hosting an annual fundraising dinner and during the dinner, asking you for more money. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. So please go to ferncare.org and make a donation. There's a PayPal link. There's a link on the YouTube page that you're on. This is an incredible opportunity for you to go even above and beyond to support the mission, the important mission of FernCare in our community.
And there's a wish list as well. They talk about some of the things that they can use, and you know exactly what your money is going to go towards. So that's on there. You can actually bid, right? We can bid on the wish list or go on the website. So any way you donate, it will be helpful. Just know that we really appreciate all of your help. So however, whenever, wherever you want to donate, we will definitely take that, and we really appreciate it.
And don't worry, if you want to donate but don't want to miss any part of the program, we'll wait. So go and do it right now.
And the auction is open until noon tomorrow. So even if tonight you're bidding against someone else or you're kind of waiting to see what happens, you have until noon tomorrow. And there actually might be a surprise item that might be added. We hear that Ann's slippers are a big fan favorite at home. So we might actually add those to the auction. We'll see if we can get that up quick enough. But those slippers are amazing and very befitting of Ann, that's for sure.
I heard Greg Polico wanted them.
Well, Greg, if you got some extra money lying around, you can bid on these.
And we'll wait. Did you do it?
Greg?
Okay. Now we want to kick it over to our executive director again, who's going to give kind of an update of what's been going on this year. Imagine taking over the helm of a free clinic in March of 2020. We are so appreciative of the service of our executive director, Dan Martin, who's going to deliver some incredible remarks of the mission of FernCare, not only of this past year, but moving ahead.
We'll send it about 12 feet that way.
Hi, thanks. I'd like to start out tonight with a question for you. What did you do during COVID? Did you wear your mask? Did you work at home? Did you socially distance? Did you look for new ways to do old, mundane things that just weren't safe to do anymore? Did you take the time to look inward and reflect, or did you include the greater world in your longings for a return to some level of normalcy? Now, I know on the surface this may seem like a provocative question, but you see, I know the answer to that. I know at least the division part for you. I know it for each and every one of you because you are here this evening. I know because you have been here. You've been here for our patients, for the community, and for each other. Brilliant career moves have not always been part of my claim to fame, but accepting this position at the clinic the first week of a pandemic seemed to be a particularly precarious one. And I have to admit, I may have had a brief moment of what in the world did I get myself into? But I have to tell you that faded very, very quickly. What I will admit is that what I had seen from the first week and what I got was a front row seat to genuine care and compassion and commitment. The truth is what came out over the next 9 months to reinforce that. I saw a clinic that did not close, ever. Yes, we modified our operations. We scaled back services to only those that were truly necessary. We took care of people. We had 868 patient visits since the first week of the pandemic. Most of those required lab services as well as other assistance, and they were provided. We assisted 1,462 community neighbors to other social safety net services, everything from housing assistance to food pantries to even help with immigration issues. We dispensed 1,326 prescriptions at the cost of over $32,000, well surpassing our 2018 prescription rate and closing in on that volume that we saw in 2019. We have made 36 trips to World Medical Relief since the beginning of the pandemic, repurposing durable medical equipment and medical supplies. We continue to help people find insurance and get enrolled when they are eligible. We did it remotely and socially distanced, but the work continued. And yes, we even kept up our little library out on East 9 Mile Road, fully stocked. We also made some hard choices during this time, hard but necessary. Volunteer hours have been curtailed for non-medical services as the case rates nationwide have continued to increase. We canceled almost all of our fundraising during the summer months and well into the fall. And each volunteer had to look at themselves honestly and evaluate whether it was safe for them to venture into the clinic, whether it was for personal risk factors or for the safety of other volunteers by limiting exposure. Some came when they felt it was safe, some modified their hours, and some worked from home. And some decided to stay away. And I'm very grateful for those people who made that personal decision for themselves and for us. I know that wasn't easy. I want to acknowledge the courage that it took to make that decision, as much as those who were able to report in. That's very important. Your decision to ensure safety of yourself and others was difficult, and I am eternally grateful, and I know that you will return when you can. FernCare remained open and was there for the community. Because of circumstance, though, we found ourselves growing in some very key areas. The first is under Dr. Barbara Saul's leadership. We ventured into and implemented a real telehealth program where our patients can have visits safely and remotely. Additional funding was secured that allowed us to begin to provide chronic hypertensive patients with at-home monitoring kits. We've given away glucometers and test strips for our diabetic patients, and we are moving forward even further in the future in empowering our patients and committing them to their own health improvements. Under Dr. Christopher Pop's leadership and guidance, we are expanding our specialty care offered at the clinic to include ENT and other specialists. And we have launched a real case management program championed by Pamela Burnett, our clinic manager, and Joey Brender, to work with our chronic patients and guide them to real quality improvements. The program will provide ongoing coaching to improve health outcomes, and we have already seen some very positive results from this extra effort and care and attention with our sickest patients. It's been a year of challenges, but also great accomplishments. Pamela, I mentioned, our clinic manager, likes to tell me when we start a new project, Dan, we're going to make you look good. And I tell her, it's not about making me look good. All I am is a storyteller. What makes this journey look good is all of us creating a really important and an absolutely great story to tell. No one is walking this path alone. It all happened because of all of you here tonight. You see, I know what you did during COVID. You healed people. You helped lift them up when they had nowhere else to go. We all walked and continue to walk together through this crisis. I had a board member recently tell me, and I like to repeat it now, not everybody can be a doctor, but we can all be part of the cure. I want to thank you tonight for being part of that cure. Thank you.
So I worked with Ann every day. And when I think of Ann, I think the thing that would epitomize her the most is a day that she called me in and said, I need a sign for the door, and told me what she wanted. And I went to Amazon and I found a big poster, which is still on the door. And what it says is, everyone is welcome. And that's Ann. She means it. She means it in every way. I never saw her turn anyone away. I never saw her in any way try to hurry anyone out of the clinic that came in, no matter how unusual their request was. And believe me, we had some unusual ones, from dog with broken leg to people that needed housing. It just goes on and on. When Ann does orientation or did orientation, I forget, she's retired, with staff at FernCare, she always prefaced what she said by saying she wanted everyone to remember that the people that come to FernCare are heroes. These are people that need help. They recognized it, and they've come to a free clinic, and they are to be treated as heroes. And believe me, they are. Now that Ann has left FernCare, she's taken on, or she was before, the president of Free Clinics of Michigan. And so she's putting all of that energy and time that she used to put into FernCare in advocacy for free clinics throughout the state. And I just would hope that everyone would think of what her mission is, which is to provide healthcare to people who cannot otherwise access it, and to do everything that they can to support her goals, no matter what it is. If it's volunteering, if it's giving money, if it's bringing in supplies to the clinic, if it's just telling people what free clinics are and how they can access them to get help. And I don't think the legislature in Michigan in Lansing knows what it's got on its hands now that she's going to be going there on a regular basis. But my feeling is that you'll be hearing a lot more about free clinics in the future.
I'm Kate Baker. I'm one of the founding FernCare board members, and currently still volunteer to help with fundraising and summer events. And if you've ever parked a car during a festival, you know me. If you've ever helped volunteer for the annual dinner, you've seen me running around. And I've been with FernCare since pretty much the inception, but I cannot at all take credit for the idea. And I know Ann never takes credit for the idea either, even though she's the one that we all followed into this battle. But I remember very clearly, we were sitting in a Citizens for a Fair Ferndale meeting. I think we were at the Methodist Church in Ferndale, and we were sitting on these big squashy couches in one of their libraries. And Ann just kind of raised her hand and said, I've been thinking of doing something, and I think we really need this, and we've talked about it for a while, and I think we need to start a free clinic. And who wants to make this subcommittee? So really, we were a subcommittee of Citizens for a Fair Ferndale, and almost immediately, I mean, within weeks of that first conversation, Ann had pulled together public information meetings. We've always been so focused on letting people know what we're doing, both to get more people involved, and obviously that has worked because there's hundreds of us involved, but also just to make sure that there's no negative spin, really, or like, negativity around FernCare. Always wanted Ferndale to know what we were doing, but always our neighboring communities, because our patients come from all over. So in order to immediately make sure there wasn't any negativity or any backlash, we started hosting these big public forums, big groups, small groups, talking to the public about what we were doing. And if Anne ever heard any negativity, she never let me know. she really never let on. And we've always been so warmly embraced, and I really credit that to Anne's amazing transparency and her amazing enthusiasm. I was not at all surprised when I learned that this woman had been a cheerleader in college, and I don't think anyone's going to be surprised to know that the person with the unflagging energy and the amazing level of vision and positivity has been cheering others on, for decades now. So I guess I just mostly am appreciative of the chance to say thank you to Anne for joining you in this journey. And I think this is kind of one of those cool moments, if you let it be, where everyone gets to sing your praises while you're still around to hear it, right? So let us say thank you, please. We all want to say thank you. We know that you always give the credit to others, but you did a huge amount of the heavy lifting on this, and you did it for a decade. And thank you. You're a great friend and a wonderful leader. Thanks so much.
Well, we're Lyle and John Ulinsky, and we have known.
That's Lyle.
And we've known Anne for, probably it's at least 12, 14 years. And I wanted to say first that Anne is a pure pleasure and an inspiration to know. I find myself ready to cry. So lucky to know her as a good friend. The clinic should be called the Ann Heller FernCare Free Clinic, as far as I'm concerned, because it simply wouldn't have existed without Ann. Without medical expertise, the learning curve was steep, but Ann soldiered on, persevering, despite the inevitable stumbling blocks along the way. Many, many people have contributed to the clinic's success, but without Ann, it simply would not have happened. And hundreds of people would not have been given the care they so desperately needed. It was nothing short of a tour de force to make it happen, and that is what Ann is, a mini tour de force. Secondly, let me give a short history of our experience with this remarkable woman. We first met Ann at a publicity meeting for FernCare at AJ's Cafe in Ferndale. Before that, AJ learned of my medical background, and he said, "You must meet Ann Heller. She wants to start up a free health clinic here in Ferndale." And subsequently at the meeting, we were completely under the spell of Ann's unbounded enthusiasm. Everyone will understand that. From then on, we watched a dynamo at work with a singular purpose to create a free clinic in Ferndale. She convinced a group of generous people whom I doubt didn't have any idea what they were about to get into, rally around and start a clinic. Ann pushed ahead relentlessly, finding doctors and nurses, PAs, and an office staff willing to give their time without pay. She found equipment. She learned the medical codes and the requirements and set up a schedule. And finally, she found a place to have her clinic. She handled all these issues and many, many more, may I say, with grace, creating a very successful clinic we see today. What a hero. We love you, Ann.
Hello, Ann. Over the years, so many volunteers contributed their efforts and talents to helping others through FernCare. But there is little doubt who the driving force was behind its success. That would be you, my dear. Thank you. I and I are proud to have played a part in helping this great cause. but we have been well rewarded. We have gotten to know you, and we've been introduced to so many remarkable, selfless people that have become good friends. In short, our lives have been enriched because of our affiliation with FernCare. All accolades you are now receiving are overdue and well-deserved. And we will sign off now by wishing you much love, best wishes. And if we can ever get ourselves through this crazy time we're living in, hopefully before too long, maybe a lunch together again, huh?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
All
Love
the
you.
best, dear. Stay well.
Good. Hi, and welcome back. So this is the portion of the program. Obviously, we are spending a lot of well-earned energy to recognize Anne in her retirement. Ideally, we'd want to do this in a crowd full of adoring people, but I'm so glad you could join us virtually to continue to do this. So I'm going to take this opportunity to embarrass her a little bit more. Anne, come on over. And we've got a bunch of people that want to say thank you. If you've seen in the video clips, and if just so you know, Anne's been watching the videos for the first time as we played them tonight. So this is all very fresh to her. But we've also got some recognition, well-deserved recognition here as well. So starting with the state of Michigan, signed by the governor and the lieutenant governor, and our state senator and state representative. You may have seen them tonight. A tribute to Ann Heller and all of her work, her really career's worth of work, but also the capstone, although she's not done by any means, of the work in the last 10 years with FernCare. So on behalf of the state of Michigan, I'll let you read that, but they want to recognize you, and that was adopted by the state and signed by the governor, lieutenant governor, and legislators. So there's that recognition. And then our very wonderful county government stepped in and wanted to recognize Ann as well. And this is for the Oakland County Board of Commissioners, signed by Helene Zach and David Woodward, of course, but also recognizing the work that you've done in your career, your work on behalf of LGBTQ rights, as well as FernCare, and a host of other things, an amazing career in education, and just really appreciation for everything that you are. So, absolutely. And then I'm going to add a personal thanks on behalf of myself and the board of directors. You have been an absolute inspiration. I wish circumstances weren't as they were, because we could not say thank you enough for you. This community could not say thank you enough for you. Thousands of patients that you help facilitate care for is just amazing. And personally, transitioning me into this role, I could not have asked for a better mentor or coach. Even when you didn't think I was taking notes, you'd be like, write that down, write that down. And the continued support, not only through your role with the state advocacy organization, but you're always pick up the phone when I call and visit the clinic frequently. You will always be the heart of it. And so we're going to dedicate one of these banners to get together to that appropriately and further recognition. But again, the heart of it. So on behalf of all of us, I just want to say, at great personal risk, it's a joke. I would like, you want to say a few words?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I hope all very kind, and those people that created those videos. It's so wonderful to see you for this plan. I have to tell you, and I say this all the time, that it's not one person. FernCare is not one person, not at all. But not one person who can do it. All of us. Everybody brought something. Just yeah, and I was very fortunate that a lot of us got together and we did take a nod. And lo and behold, we are now celebrating 10th year of services to people in this community and in surrounding communities. And it is absolutely amazing. I'd like to say to all of you that you've got something in you that you think you want to do, that you've got something that you're thinking of, FernCare could be sorry, Ferndale could use. And you know what? Maybe some other people could use it. I would say do it. You have to realize that this clinic started with people who did not have a drop of medical experience between them. None, nothing at all. And as just look around, look at each other and say, you know, we can do this. We need one because people who have issues with health and have no way to get those issues assisted with. Let's see what we can do. And look what we did. And look what we did. You know, you can do it. If you've got a passion about something, if you think something needs to be tweaked and needs to be done, you know what I'd say? I'd say it out loud and see what you can do. Because this is what FernCare is. FernCare is all of us. Every single person, every single volunteer that we've had, every single person who has supported us in so many ways. I hope you're all smiling. I hope you're all sitting up straight because FernCare is you. FernCare is you. People that need help every single day. And you know what? We need to do that. Thank you.
Thank you. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to our master of ceremony. So there's a grand total of 8 of us in this room, and watching those videos and listening to Ann speak and the tribute to her, there's not a dry eye in here, and I'm sure all of you at home, your hearts are swelling as well for just the acknowledgement of the dedication that Ann Heller has put upon this organization and this community. So we are moved by the wonderful tributes to Ann.
And obviously we all know Ann, and she's definitely not done. She's got more energy than anyone in the world. And so it's just like shifting from one thing to the next. I don't know how she does it. I don't know if anyone knows how she does it, but she is amazing. So a well-deserved tribute. So thank you, Ann.
I heard in one of the tributes she's coming up to the legislature. We'll welcome you. We want you there. We need you there.
I'm actually really sad that I'm leaving the legislature, right? As you're going to be coming up there. You would have been like my right-hand person helping me out with everything.
Well, come on. You can come along with me. I'll have you.
So obviously, we're here in this room, and we couldn't be doing this without our support team around us, the AV people filming and running the show on the computer behind us.
Filling out the 8 people in this room.
Right, exactly. The rest of the people that you haven't seen on camera. We have from Go Comedy, PJ Jacobs, Pete Jacobs, and Bob Wick, which we affectionately will call the brothers Jacobs and Bob. So I'm really happy to have them here. And
you're funny.
Oh, thank you. That was my one funny thing, and I think we can do our own kind of improv or no?
Should we do it?
No, I don't think so.
So instead of us doing, we are untrained and certainly not professionals at any sort of comedy, as you've seen throughout this evening. But we have a real treat for you. Go Comedy has been watching this program and has a wonderful presentation, a wonderful improv show for us. We've seen them live. We've actually been part of their live shows. So when we can get live shows going again, please go out, support Go Comedy, but you're going to get a taste of what you would see live right here virtually.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having us. My name is Chris Fortin, and I'll be hosting the improv portion of this evening. We're so excited to be here. It's so neat that we get to support this really cool evening for you guys. But also, just to be honest, we're a bunch of middle children, and we really need the attention. Our friends and family and cats are real sick of us performing for them all the time. Everything you see tonight is going to be completely made up on the spot. So if you've seen something like Whose Line Is It Anyway, you kind of already have an idea of what we're going to do. We're going to be using your suggestions. So please, please, please just start putting suggestions into the comments. People, places, things. We can use all of it. Just throw everything you can into those suggestions, and we'll end up using them to create scenes and characters and scenarios for all of the stuff we have planned tonight. And it's not just me that you're going to be hanging out with. I've got 4 great improvisers that I'm so excited for you to meet. So let's get them out here too.
Hey!
Hello! Hi!
There we go. So with me tonight, we've got James.
Hey, everybody, I'm James, and I'm missing the part of my brain that recognizes awkward pauses. And right down here is Michelle.
Hey, everybody. I'm Michelle. I have not worn jeans in 265 days.
Nice.
And there's Jeremy.
Hey, I'm Jeremy. You can call me Griff. And guys, I'm going to give you the key to comedy. You ready? The key to comedy, timing. See, I did it wrong. And that's how you don't do it. Right up here is Anna.
Hi, everybody. My name is Anna, and today I discovered that my cat licks the wall. So that's new. Let's get it back to Chris.
Yeah, perfect. So you've met me, you've met our improvisers. So yeah, I can see the chat going on. Throw anything you want in there, any sort of thing that you want, and we'll end up using it somehow during the show. In honor of Anne and her retirement, for the first game we're going to play tonight, which uses all of our improvisers, we're going to play a game called Challenge in a Minute. And I've already decided that the debate topic of that game is going to be, what's the best thing to do during retirement? So how this game works is our improvisers are one at a time going to give their thoughts on what the topic is. And then when somebody else that isn't front and center wants to challenge in, they can clap their hands and then say challenge. I'll hear their argument, see if it has merit. And then if they take the stage, we'll go through everyone's arguments, challenging back and forth until we find out the real answer to the debate topic. So like I said, the debate in honor of Anne is going to be, what's the best thing to do during retirement? And James, you got out here first when we started this stream. So let's go ahead and start with you for what's the best retirement plan?
Great. I'm going to say ship in a bottle. And I'll tell you why, because I suspect that it's one of those things that, I mean, I think we know that it's impressive, but like you can't really appreciate it until you've done it yourself. So retirement is going to be the first.
Oh, Griff.
Sounds like a lot of work. If you're retired, the last thing you want to do is work. All right.
Keep going.
So I say the best thing that you could do during retirement is nothing at all. Don't do a thing. Just sit there and be fine with it. It's okay. You'll start to notice things that you never noticed before. You'll start to smell
Challenge.
things.
Ooh, Michelle.
Then your muscles will atrophy. So I'm going to say the best thing that you can do in retirement is travel.
All right. Yeah. What do you got?
Maybe don't travel the next, 6, 8, 10 months.
Yeah.
But I would say get you a van, outfit it with a nice mattress, get some snacks, some gas cards, and just take to the roads.
Challenge.
Anna.
I don't like vans.
Oh, you know what? They're very polarizing.
They're scary. So I think, I kind of feel like I've been retired because, work has been a lot slower than normal. So I've taken upon myself to just clean out the garage a few times. So I think when you're retired, just like go through big areas that have a lot of stuff in them, pull it all out.
Oh, James.
I just can't take advice from somebody whose cat licks walls.
You really never should have told us. Take it
also, I just have to point out that the problem you had with Michelle's thing was the van and not the mattress that you just are going to shove in the back and sleep on the road. So, shipping a bottle may sound like work, but it is actually a huge accomplishment, and you can do it at your leisure, right? So it's like it's focusing your mind, keeping you your hands steady and your mind focused.
Michelle.
I know how to keep your hands steady and your mind focused.
All right, let's hear what it is.
Driving a van. Yeah, you could take it to Florida. You could go to the southernmost point in the United States.
Oh, Jeremy.
Florida. Really?
Tell us your thoughts.
That's where everybody goes to retire. Why not go somewhere farther away than Florida? I hear Mars is nice. I want to go to Mars.
Oh, Anna.
Florida would be so fun to retire to because everyone else is retired, so you guys can just like hang out.
Okay, let's hear what you got.
So I think, I probably won't ever be able to retire because I'm going to have to support myself for the rest of my life because I don't have a full-time job. But
we're going to we
never retire.
So happy, for Anne to get to retire. That's a dream a lot of us may never actually see realized.
That's a goal. It's a goal.
Yeah, we all hope it, but we'll actually see if we get it. Thank you. So congratulations to Anna for winning that debate. Round of applause, please. For the next game, I'm going to need 2 improvisers. Can I please get Michelle and James on screen for this one? This is a game called Philip Seymour Hoffman, named after the late great actor. Just like him, these 2 are just phenomenal workhorses of performers. Great acting width and breadth. They can take on any character, and that's what we're about to see. In the next game, they're each going to take on strong characters, and then whenever they're switched on the screen, they're going to take on each other's characters. So all of their motivations and physicality and voice and all of that, they're going to take it over when they swap, and then go back to the original character when they go back to their first ones, and back and forth for as long as the game goes. So to get you 2 started, let's see. Okay, let's use Christine Rainey's suggestion. Thank you, Christine. Limburger, the famously smelly cheese. I'm excited for it. So the game is Philip Seymour Hoffman. Your suggestion is Limburger. Take it away.
1 sandwich right made to order.
Hey, thanks for being real speedy about this, because I only have so long to be here, but because I got to get going. But I appreciate you doing a quick to order.
Oh, you boys are so hard at work across the street. I've been watching you build that house. It's wonderful.
Yeah, we're building that house over there, and we work up a sweat, but we don't do anything as perfect as a Limburger burger.
Would you like some pickle with it?
Yeah, I can whip up a nice pickle for you.
I would love pickle. I like the tartness. Yeah, and the other guys might appreciate a pickle too.
Oh, okay. I'll go get you a pickle. Do you have a preference between sweet and dill?
Or I go bread and butter.
Yeah, you know what? Bread and butter, is that what you said?
A bread and butter pickle. It's like a cross between sweet and dill.
Yeah, give me the cross between sweet and dill. I mean, that to me, that sounds like you. Little sweet, but still tough on us. You never let us get away with nothing.
You old flatterer, you. I'm married, I am.
Oh, well, if you weren't, you'd be in trouble. Ooh, thanks.
My goodness.
Yeah, I was just saying, if you ever want a tour of a house under construction, you could just come across the street and knock on the fence.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh, well, is my husband invited too, or is this a little singles assignation?
I'll leave that up to you, Mabel.
Oh, you've been calling me Mrs. Alabaster all these years. I didn't know you knew my first name.
Well, Mabel, if you bring your husband, it'll be Mabel. If it'll be Mrs. Alabaster, but if you come by yourself.
Great work. Fun fact, James actually used that sweet and dill line, mixture between sweet and dill, to meet his current girlfriend. So that one worked. Great job, you two. Our next game is one that requires 3 improvisers. So can I please get Griff, Anna, and Michelle for this one?
Yay.
This is something called good proper talk. How it works is in this scene, one character's dialogue is all going to come from inspiration from someone else's miming. So we've all seen that old sitcom where you have to like feed an excuse and you're like, oh, we were out fishing. Remember that? It's playing off of that kind of idea. So in this scene, Griff is going to be doing whatever it is he's going to be doing. Anna is going to be the one miming, and Michelle is going to be inspired by that. So let's go to our suggestions again. Let's use Greg's suggestion of backyard chickens to get us started. The game is good proper talk. Your suggestion is backyard chickens.
listen, Carol. I don't want to be the guy. I don't want to be the neighbor, but I'm gonna have to be. One of your chickens got into my backyard, and I just, I got the dogs, and I just don't want anybody to get hurt. You know what I mean?
I'm so sorry. I will. I'll run over and grab it right away.
It's not a big deal. I'm gonna emphasize that it's not a big deal. Okay. I want us to have.
I will be over as soon as my pool game is done. I'm sorry.
Oh, I love billiards. What's your favorite? Snooker? Please say snooker.
I love. I love the neck scratch. When you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so hot. Oh, ooh, so hot.
Carol, we're we're neighbors, and I mean,
I have a snarl in my hair. I need somebody to cut it out.
I can get my shears if you want to use those. I usually use them for trimming these bushes, but if you want them, I guess you could have them.
Oh, my goodness. My eyes have really been opened to you, Gerald.
Oh, okay. This dream is finally coming true then. Listen, I've been meaning to ask you a long time. You want to go somewhere sometime? Maybe like grab a drink?
I have chicken soda and I don't need to buy any drinks.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I didn't want to go anywhere anyway. I'll just be in my kitchen like I usually am, staring at the clock. Boy, those chickens are loud.
Yeah, that's a thinker, right?
Yeah, I try not to do too much of that myself.
Oh, would you like some bra feed?
I'll try it.
Oh my god.
So as we all know, that scene ended with bra feed. That's actually a legal requirement.
Legal requirement.
Once you get to that concept, the scene can't continue. But I wish I could award points because I want to give points for chicken soda. I'm sure it's great.
It's 2020. You can do whatever you want, Chris.
You can do whatever you want. Listen, if you want to sell a bunch of cans with eggs in them, call it chicken soda. You can. Great work. I loved that scene. Our next game is going to feature one of those same improvisers. Can I please have Anna and Griff for this one? These two are going to be playing a game called Confessional. How this game works is essentially they're doing a scene from a reality television show. So we'll be seeing a look into their lives, and then every once in a while, one of them is going to become the big featured spotlight person in the screen. That's when they've moved into the confessional booth. That's where they get to say all of their inner thoughts and opinions that they can't just say outright for everybody to hear. And then when they go out of the spotlight, they go back to the scene, and then it continues on with both players. To get us started, let's get the name of a reality television show. Kyle Pollitt's suggestion. I love this. Robot at the Beach. So this is, of course, the famous reality television show, Beach Robots. I know it's one of my favorites. And don't forget, keep putting those suggestions in there, everyone. We've still got a lot we can use them for. So this is a good old-fashioned game of Confessional. Your suggestion is Beach Robots.
Well, why did you form an alliance with them then? I don't understand. What you know that they don't have personalities. It's just, why would you form an alliance with the robots on the first day? We're supposed to be a couple here. We're supposed to be a team.
Greg, look, I know that I am madly in love with you, and I just know that we could be a couple if we just form an alliance with them, because what if they turn on us? I don't want them to attack us when we're strolling the beach after midnight in the sand.
You've seen too many movies. You've seen way too many movies. Robots don't have the capacity to take us over. I've told you this a million times. Look, we're gonna win. Listen, it's getting really bad because I'm starting to be attracted to the robots, and I don't know what to do with myself because it's like You're a man. Greg, get with it. They're robots. You've got a lovely bride there. Someone who really likes you. Those robots don't have feelings. Don't get confused.
Look,
So I'm just saying, maybe it's just you and I stick together, and then we one by one would take them out. We're gonna be the only team left. You and me, babe, right?
I know, but I'm just, I have that inner fear of like, what if, robots do something and ruin it for us and we get kicked off the show, and I really want to love you forever. Look, I don't want to say this, but I'm part robot.
So I don't like to use this phrase around them, but it grinds my gears to hear you say this kind of thing. And so I love you. I do. And that's something a robot can never give you, right?
I guess.
Listen, when we first met, I knew you were the one. I did. I could see it in your eyes that you knew I was the one too.
Yeah.
She's not the one. She never will be.
What was that?
So nothing.
Oh.
Nothing. You're hearing things again.
I just can see through you. Like I can literally see through you. And I just know your heart is beating for me and I appreciate it. But I also have this weird feeling that you are slipping and maybe our relationship is falling apart. I don't know. It's just like I can see through him and I know that he's in love with my sister, B9X14. So I'm going to have to destroy her after I put a spear through his neck. Oh, love you.
It's the kind of love that people write about. And it's the kind of love that lasts forever.
Yeah.
Never.
And when we get to the end of the show and we have to go on our separate ways or stay together or move to different planets, I just want you to know I will always be here for you. And my family might change and hey, I might explode with love. I might explode of love.
As will I'm starting to think that maybe she's a robot, which is kind of hot, if you ask me. Now,
so I was wondering if you wanted to know maybe like move after the show to like another state. Because we didn't talk about like what we're gonna do after this.
I want children. Do you want children?
Oh, okay, so I'm a robot. I physically can't have any children. So I could probably steal a few on our way to our future home. My sister has 2 kids. I'll take hers. Yeah, that might work.
We'll make beautiful children. I know we will.
Yeah.
With your genes and my genes and who knows what beauty will come.
Your genes and my mechanics, the way my heart works.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
I love that virtual curtain. Makes me feel like I'm on a stage.
Right? It's so much better than a bed sheet that I'm definitely not using behind me as a curtain of my own.
Are you laying down, Chris?
Yeah, it was very expensive having the ceiling rigged up. Great job, you guys. I love that. Also, if you're ever going to be a robot, this is the time to do it. So good work getting it out there. Our next game is one of my absolute favorites. It is a game called Oh Yeah. We're going to have a little tournament between our improvisers right now. I'm going to use your suggestions to create everyday activities that they're then going to mime. And then they're going to mime in just this space. So real, face heavy stuff. They're going to go back and forth telling each other what they think it looks like they're doing. So to give you an example, let's use James and Anna. If the suggestion were combing your hair, I would say combing your hair looks like this. And then James would start off by saying,
"Hey, Anna, looks like you're combing your hair."
And then Anna would say,
"Oh, yeah? Well, it looks like you don't know how to tip your top hat to a lady."
No, it's true. I'm so very, James, are you okay? Was that too real?
I'm humiliated, but I probably need it.
Thank you. Yeah, you had to be taken down a bit.
Yeah.
So they'll go back and forth telling them what they think it looks like using these burning insults until one of them just can't think of something, until it just doesn't look at all like the activity that they're doing, or it's too close to one that they've already said. We're going to do 3 rounds of this and come out with one winner by the end. So let's go ahead and start off with Michelle and Anna. And let's see. So I am in the suggestions. Let's see. Oh, watermelon. Mary has given us the suggestion of watermelon. So your everyday activity is going to be cutting up a watermelon, which of course, so you've got the watermelon in front of you. It looks like this. You just take a big knife and you cut through it, and then you do a couple smaller chops. You eat the rind. You don't worry about it.
Oh, nutrition.
And then a couple smaller chops. So Michelle, why don't you start us off for this first round of Oh Yeah.
Sweet.
Do you want us to take a hike here, Chris?
Yeah, sure. Let's just get Michelle and Anna on stage.
Hey, Anna, it looks like you're chopping up a watermelon.
Oh yeah, you. It looks like you're the worst conductor I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah, it looks like you are a fairy godmother and you are just fairy godmothering to like 10 people.
Oh yeah, you look like a lumberjack, but you have the world's tiniest little axe.
Oh, yeah, you look like you are terrible at your xylophone.
Ooh, ouch. Oh yeah, well, you look like the principal in every teen movie that's really laying down the law on those kids.
Oh, yeah, you look like a house painter who's giving up.
I do. I look like a painter.
Oh.
Wow. Oh, that hurt.
Ooh.
I'm so sorry. And I know, you always wanted to be a house painter, but then you gave up. So
Yeah, that hits right here.
Okay, so Anna, you will not be moving on. Michelle was the winner of that.
Oh boy.
Right? So,
Yay.
Oh yeah.
So up next, we've got James and Griff for round number 2. So let's go back to the comments to get their everyday suggestion. Let's see. I see Darlene's suggestion of Ferndale rats. Ferndale rats. So what you're going to be doing is you've got to bait your trap. So you're putting some peanut butter on some bread, and then you're throwing it out for the rats to eat. And you'll figure out step 3 later.
You're so wasteful with food. The watermelon now this.
Listen, it's late at night. We're all hungry. You put peanut butter on your bread, and then you throw it out for the rats. James, why don't you start us off for round number 2?
Hey, Griff, it looks like you are baiting peanut butter bread for rats.
Oh, yeah? It looks like you're super famous and getting really lazy about signing those autographs.
Oh, yeah? It looks like you're dusting off a card for a card trick reveal. Ooh la!
Oh, yeah? It looks like you're painting the wall by first painting your hand and then throwing the paint on the wall.
Oh, yeah? Well, this is kind of gross, but it looks like you're skinning your palm so you don't leave fingerprints at the crime scene.
Oh, yeah? It looks like you're putting some stupid...
Oh, no, Griff. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, my palm skinning was too much horrible imagery for him. Sorry, everyone. Sorry.
Listen, this is a crowd that wants to talk about being able to do crimes without fingerprint. I can just tell. So that means that our championship round is going to be Michelle versus James.
All right.
That's right. Whoever wins this wins quarantine.
Yay.
Yeah. So going into the comments, Melinda has given us the suggestion of building the Ferndale dot. So obviously, yeah, the parking structure and mixed usage building that's being put in, it's clearly gone up very quickly. Building it looks a lot like this. You just kind of lean back and then just a big yawn. So just a nice lean and then a big yawn. You know, we're so close to having it finished. I know that we were just like weeks or months away. It's so close. Michelle, you won the very first round. Let's have you start us off for this ultimate championship round.
Ooh. Hey, James. It looks like you are building the Ferndale DOT.
Oh, yeah? Well, it looks like you're about to fall asleep for a nap, but you're putting out your cigarette first.
Oh, yeah? You look like the laziest yodeler.
Oh, yeah? Well, it looks like you're cheering at a baseball game and you want to give it some vibrato.
Oh, yeah? It looks like you don't have any tissue to blot your lipstick.
Oh, yeah? It looks like you are quickly powdering your nose.
Ooh. Oh, yeah? It looks like you are just checking to see if you still have that sweet stash.
I do still have that sweet stash, thank you.
Oh, James, you lost.
Yes.
Be so proud of your mustache.
Yes.
Oh,
Good job.
it's a very nice mustache.
Or did I win because of the sweet stash?
You won.
Everybody wins because of your sweet stash.
Yeah.
Everybody wins because of your sweet mustache. Michelle wins the
Yay!
game.
Yay!
We
I
all
won
win.
quarantine.
You win quarantine.
I get to go anywhere I want now.
Yeah, that's right. It has to be in a van. Like, that's kind of a weird stipulation, but
And it has to be Florida.
and it has to be
With
Florida.
a mattress.
Wherever you
Pass.
want
James,
in
you can have quarantine.
All right, I'll keep it.
That's very gracious of you, Michelle. With our champion of quarantine awarded, that actually brings us to our last game. I know. I can't believe that this is all the time we get to spend with everyone from FernCare's, but it's been so fun. This last game is one that we call Things You Never Hear. How this works is we're going to go to your suggestions for businesses and locations. If you haven't put a suggestion in yet, now's the time. We're going to use a couple of them right now. Businesses and locations, but really whatever you throw in there, we can probably use. And they're going to go ahead and tell you things that you would never hear that person would say or be said at that business. So if the suggestion were a gas station, what might this game sound like?
Fill her up, and this one's on us.
Exactly.
Fill her up.
It's not that it's free, it's that it's an old-timey person saying, fill her up. But perfect. That is exactly right. So we're going to use your suggestions and tell you things that we would never hear there. So looking at it, Brian Derry just gave us the suggestion of Java Hut, the coffee shop on 9 Mile. What are things you would never hear at Java Hut?
Correct name? I've got a coffee for the correct name.
You guys, the new couches are here.
No mask? No problem.
Yes, we still do have some room for you and your laptop over here on this gentleman's lap.
All right, pause. Let's call it right there. Brian also gave us the suggestion of Rust Belt Market. Rust Belt Market. What are things you never hear at Rust Belt Market?
The embalmed animals in jars are now buy 2 get 1 free.
Wow, look at this place. I definitely don't want to get married here.
Wow, it's the same stuff you can get at Target.
These are made to corporate specifications.
Support big business.
All of our products are made by feet.
These are ships in a bottle.
All right, let's pause it right there. This brooch I got at Rust Belt Market. Everybody go check out Tooth and Nail. It's a wonderful little shop. Let's see.
Get out of here.
Let's go. It's wonderful. I'm going to go check it out. I love that place. Mary gave us the suggestion of Luxury Lanes. Luxury Lanes is our next location.
Hey,
Well, you
watch the
saw the word-
chandelier.
Touchdown!
Boy, when they said luxury, they weren't kidding.
I want to bottle the smell of this place and put it in a candle.
Why, yes, we do have 10-pound balls. Why do you ask?
It's bare feet night at Luxury Lanes.
Yay!
There we go. Yes, once again, it's a legal requirement. We can't make bare feet jokes. So we had to, unfortunately, call it on that one. That brings us to the end of the improvised game portion of the evening. Once again, thank you so much for having us. This has been super fun for us. We hope you've really enjoyed it. And congratulations again to Anne in her retirement. It sounds like you've had a wonderful career.
Go do nothing. Go do nothing. It'll be awesome.
Go do that thing.
Shipping a bottle.
We see what it's going to be.
Shipping a bottle.
Our improvisers today have been
James,
Michelle,
Griff,
I'm Anna.
and I've been your host, Chris Fortin. Thank you so much again, and enjoy the rest of the evening.
All right, let's give it up for Go Comedy. That was fantastic. Very creative way to keep improv and keep comedy going in this socially distant world we're living in. And a special announcement too, by popular demand, the duck slippers are on the live auction.
Start bidding now. They're on there. What are they up to now, Cindy?
$100. Let's get some more. Those were worn by the Ann Heller. Those are still worn by the Ann Heller.
That is a bargain. $100. I think those can get well over $200.
And why don't you come here and show it off a little bit? So, you know, this is going to keep FernCare running for the next year if you guys can just keep bidding on this. Ready? All right, here's our model. Look at these. All right. So that's tonight's signature item in the office. Well, we really appreciate this wonderful evening, this wonderful event for a wonderful organization.
And the auction is open until noon tomorrow. So keep your bids coming in. Tell your friends and family. Anyone can bid on it. We really appreciate all your support. That's for sure.
So I'm State Senator Jeremy Moss, representing Ferndale and surrounding areas.
And I'm Robert Wittenberg, and I'm getting kicked out of the legislature because I'm term limited. But I'm heading to the county, so I will still be here. And I'm excited to be serving all of these communities here in this area, and especially Ferndale, which is just a phenomenal community because of organizations like FernCare.
Yes, so we appreciate your support of this organization. We appreciate you joining us on this virtual platform for our fundraiser this evening. And we hope to see you in person safely soon and in person at the dinner next year.
And we hope that this was a lot more fun than all the other Zooms that you've been on.
Yes.
I know it was for us
Sure
and everyone
was.
else here.
Yes.
So, but next year, let's do it in person.
All right.
Good night, everyone.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
All right.